Hello everyone, welcome to this very special request video. This morning I made a tweet about the Game Awards and I got a bunch of responses from people online that were like, yo, what do you think about all this? And so here I am. If you want to know my thoughts, you about to get them. I'm sipping from my favorite mug. I'm hanging out with you and I'll go through the nominees together with you, share my thoughts, and we'll kind of deep dive into the world of award shows. Okay, so let's go through these categories. There are so many. Oh my god. All right, and we'll start at the best one. Best esports event. The one I know you care about the most. So we'll start there. Recognizing an event across single or multiple days that delivered a best of class experience for participants and the broadcast audience. Don't know what the definition of best of class is, but I assume it means like it was great. All right, so we have the 2023 League of Legends World Championships, Blast.TV Paris Major 20, don't know what the hell that is, EVO 2023, the International Dota Champions, Valorant. Here's the thing. It's got to be EVO. If it's not EVO, then it's because I don't watch any of those other things and don't know a damn thing about them, and that's the reason why. And if they deserve it, sure, whatever. But EVO was so hype, and EVO was so big, and they made an EVO day in Vegas, and they got... Like, you'd be a fool not to choose EVO, but again, I believe this is stuff that's voted on by the viewer, so I don't know what the core audience of EVO watchers is compared to, like, a Valorant watcher. Valorant gets views, so it could be that. Next up in our going up the list, Best Esports Coach. Esports Coach judged to be the most outstanding for performance and conduct in 2023. I don't know any of these people. So I will choose Danny Zonic Sorensen because I feel like he's probably related to me. So here's to you, Danny. I'll give you that. You know what? Jordan Graham has a little Jesse in him too, but I don't want to support Overwatch. So moving right along. Next up, Best Esports Team. Recognizing a specific, yep, that's right. Recognizing a Pacific esports team, not the full organization, judged the most outstanding for performance and conduct in 2023. We have Evil Geniuses, Fnatic, Gaiman Gladiators, sure, JD Gaming, and Team Vitality. I love the name Evil Geniuses, I always have, but for some reason, JD Gaming sounds like a shitty YouTuber's channel, and I have to give it to them. I have to. JD Gaming sounds like a guy from the Midwest who just makes videos about, like, early Nintendo games. He's like, I only cover Nintendo games, not Super Nintendo. Stop asking me to cover those. So shout out to JD Gaming. I don't know a damn thing about you, but I likes the name. Next up, Best Esports Athlete, to the point where it's going off the page. The esports athlete judged to be the most outstanding for performance and conduct in 2023, irrespective of game. Okay, so Faker and Ziwu and Demon One and Hydra and Ruler and Imperial Hall. Look, it's going to be Faker. If this is voted on by fans, it's Faker. It's just, I don't know a damn thing about any of these people, but I have the name recognition of Faker enough to be like, yeah, that dude's going to win. Next up, Best Esports Game. From the game that has delivered the best overall esports experience to players, inclusive of tournaments, community support, and content updates, irrespective of genre or platform, we're looking at Counter-Strike, Dota, League of Legends, PUBG, mobile, sure, and Valorant. Valorant's going to win just based off of what I know of numbers, and because, again, this is people voting for it from the viewership, Valorant's going to win. I don't see Dota 2 winning. League of Legends is great and all, but I don't think that's going to win. PUBG Mobile, no way in hell. And Counter-Strike 2, big fan base. I don't know how much of them are going to be like, I'm going to show up and vote for the Game Awards. So I have to believe it's Valorant. Next up, Content Creator of the Year. Oh, this is the most important one. For a streamer or content creator who has made an important and positive impact on the community in 2023. We have, from this list, Iron Mouse, People Make Games, Quackity, Spreen, and can't even say that word. Here's the thing. I don't know Quackity. I don't know Spreen. I don't know that guy I can't pronounce. People Make Games, don't know them. But I do know Iron Mouse. because Iron Mouse follows me and is a fan of my games. So Iron Mouse, you win. You win. Also, I like when you harass Connor in TikToks. So that's congratulations on your win. You're definitely going to win. Next up on our list, most anticipated game. So these are games that aren't out yet, and I guess people are just excited for. Recognizing an announced game that has demonstrably illustrated potential to push the gaming medium forward. Is that... I don't know that Tekken 8 or Like a Dragon is going to push the gaming medium forward. I'm excited for both of them, but like even Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, I don't know that's going to push it forward. Star Wars Outlaws might be huge. That might be cool, but we don't know enough about that game. I would say based strictly on fan voting, it's most likely going to be Hades 2, but Final Fantasy VII is a close second, I think. Next up, best adaptation. Recognizing outstanding creative work that faithfully or authentically adapts a video game to another entertainment medium. So this is about like authentically doing it. I mean, we all know Last of Us is going to win, right? Like as much as people like the Mario movie, it's going to be Last of Us. Last of Us, this category should just be called we wanted to give Last of Us an award because we liked it so much. That's really, let's be honest with what it is. Best multiplayer. For outstanding online multiplayer gameplay and design, including co-op and massively multiplayer experiences, irrespective of game genre or platform. I feel like Baldur's Gate will win because it's Baldur's Gate, even though I don't know that it's deserved. I've played multiplayer Baldur's Gate a few times, and depending on the platform you play it on, like the PlayStation version of multiplayer, I do not like it all. But if you're playing with people on PC, totally fine. It's all right. I think it'll probably win just because it's so big. Diablo 4 I have no experience with, and honestly, I don't want to give Blizzard any awards because Bobby Kotick can lick up my balls. But Party Animals, super fun. Street Fighter 6, great game, very fun. Super Mario Brothers Wonder, I don't really know about the co-opness of that, but I imagine it's there. It would be included, right? So I think it'd be fun if Party Animals won, just because that's sort of out the box. But Street Fighter winning would be great too, but I have a feeling no matter what, it's Baldur's Gate. Next up, best sports and racing, or racing, I guess, for the best traditional or non-traditional sports and racing game. Okay, boy, do I not care about any of this. EA, I don't want them to win because it's EA. F1 23, don't know enough about. Forza, I mean, okay, Hot Wheels Unleashed Turbocharge and The Crew. Okay, I just want Hot Wheels Unleashed to win because I think the idea of Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 Turbocharge winning is very funny, but I feel like Forza will win. Okay, best sim strategy. Best game focused on real-time or turn-based simulation or strategy gameplay, irrespective of platform. Okay, so Advance Wars, the reboot, City Skylines 2, Company of Heroes 3, Fire Emblem Engage, and Pikmin 4. This is interesting because, again, this is voted on by you, the viewer, so it's like trying to get inside your head. Do I think Fire Emblem has more fans than Pikmin? Or do I think Company of Heroes 3 is going to take... Honestly, my gut tells me City Skylines 2, but it had like a rough launch. So maybe people are going to hold that against it. But my gut says that, or Pikmin. I don't think Fire Emblem's going to win, but maybe. I feel like Pikmin and City Skylines have sort of recency bias, where because they've come out sooner, it'll be in more people's minds. I don't know. I don't know about this one. But I'll say Pikmin because I love those little guys. Next up, best family game. For game, best game appropriate for family play, irrespective of genre or platform. Disney Illusion Island, admittedly, very cool game. Party Animals, love it. Pikmin 4, love it. Sonic Superstars, love it. Super Mario Bros. Wonder, haven't played it, but all the videos I've seen on it are so cute. You know what? Again, I think this comes down to what people play. And so I have to imagine this one will probably go to Mario. I have to imagine that. But like, again, I'd be down for a Party Animals or Pikmin 4, or even Disney Illusion Island, right? I'd be down for that. Totally fine with it. Honestly, I have no horse in this race. Okay, best fighting game. For best game design, primarily around head-to-head combat, Personally, I got to give it to Street Fighter 6. I have to. But Mortal Kombat won at the Golden Joysticks, so, like, maybe that's what people are into. But Street Fighter 6, as a fighting game, I think is the best out of all of these that's there. But that's just my opinion, because I got to make a big old fat Jesse man, and he ran around punching old ladies in the face. And honestly, that don't get better than anything else on here. Next up, best RPG. Well, all right, I don't even need to read this. It is Baldur's Gate. Final Fantasy 16, I love, but towards the end of that game, it has some real pacing issues. Lies of P is fantastic to watch. Never played, but I liked watching it. Sea of Stars is an amazing JRPG. It is so retro, so much fun. Starfield, I'll pass. But Baldur's Gate 3 is going to win. It's just going to win. It doesn't matter what I think about anything else. Baldur's Gate 3 is winning. It's going to walk away with a ton of awards. It is an RPG that you can play numerous times and have different experiences. It is a phenomenal game. It's just going to win. It's just going to win. Best Action Adventure. For Best Action Adventure Game combining combat and traversal and puzzle solving. This is a toughie. Personally, I'm an Alan Wake 2 boy through and through. I love that game, but I feel like Alan Wake 2 in the critic world would get all the awards. But Alan Wake 2 in the fandom world, I just don't know. Do I think Resident Evil 4 should get it? No. I like Resident Evil 4. Don't think it should get it. Do I think Jedi Survivor should get it? No, but I'd like Jedi Survivor. Do I think Tears of the Kingdom should get it? No, but I think a lot of people will vote for it. Do I think Spider-Man should get it? No, but I think a lot of people would vote for that as well. Honestly, I think Alan Wake should. It is a phenomenal game and does things that none of these other games are doing in the way of telling story and traversal and puzzle solving. The things it talks about here. But again, Tears of the Kingdom lets you build crazy contraptions, and that's also very interesting. So, yeah, my horse is Alan Wake, and I'll ride that baby to the end. But again, I'm not in charge of any of this, so who knows what it'll be. Best Action Game? For Best Game in the Action Genre. All right, I mean, I'm very curious if Hi-Fi Rush will win. I think Hi-Fi Rush is like the underdog that if it won, I'd be totally fine with. Armored Core 6, though, that's probably, for some reason, that screams the winner to me. I don't know that Dead Island 2 will win. I don't think Ghost Runner 2 will win. I don't think Remnant 2 will win. I have a suspicion it'll be Armored Core 6. But if Hi-Fi Rush wins, I'd be pleasantly surprised. And honestly, it'd be well-deserved. Okay, Best VR AR. Gran Turismo. Horizon Call of the Mountain, Humanity, Resident Evil Village VR Mode, and Synapse. Look, I just want Aloy to win because maybe they'll make another game and this time it'll actually be a dating sim. Yes, my reasons are selfish, but I just don't care. And I never will. I said what I said, and I hope they win. All right. Best Mobile Game. Boy, do I not care about mobile games. Okay, Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis. I mean, cool. I like Final Fantasy VII. The new Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis footage they posted online of the Final Fantasy IX event looked cool. Admittedly, Tifa dressing up in, what is that dude's name from Final Fantasy IX? The guy with the red hair. Oh, I can't remember his name. You'll tell me in the comments. Her in that outfit is very cool. Seeing the Black Mages show up, very cool. I like that a lot. Hello Kitty Island Adventure has the meme factor. It could win for the meme factor. It could happen. Honkai Star Rail. It could win because it's the Yoho verse, and that has a lot of money and a lot of players and a lot of time involved. Monster Hunter Now. Terra Nil? Okay. But, yeah, if I had to guess, personally, because I'm a Final Fantasy fan, I would say Ever Crisis, but feels like Star Rail's going to win just because of what it is, right? Like, if there's a category we're about to get that's like, you know, if it's anything with a Yoho verse in it, one of their many games, I promise you that will win. It's where we're at in the industry right now. Best debut indie game. Okay, so this is the first time a studio has had a game on here. Understood. Okay, so it's Cocoon, Dredge, Pizza Tower, Venba, and Viewfinder. All of which, fine games. but I feel like Dredge has the like a lot of hype behind it. A lot of people were playing it, and I feel like it's on people's radars more. However, Pizza Tower is a fine game. Venba's wonderful. Viewfinder's great. Cocoon, very cool. But like, I feel based on, again, this is all because you're voting, right? It's what people voting. So I'm not trying to figure out what critics want. I'm trying to figure out what players would choose. And based on what players care about, I feel like Dredge is probably the one. Best indie game. So this is just in general. Okay, so we have Cocoon, Dave the Diver, Dredge, Sea of Stars, and Viewfinder. This might be the toughest category out of all of them. All of these games deserve to win. Sea of Stars, I hope it wins an award. It is an amazing game. But Dave the Diver, man. I would love it if Dave the Diver won. I feel like just in my core, every time I watch people play, they seem so happy. Again, underwater stuff. It's not a Jesse thing, but everyone seems so happy when they play, and it seems so goofy, and there's so many things to do in it. I feel like that is probably the winner, but again, I don't know. I have no idea what's going through your head. Let me know in the comments. What are you voting for here? What are the, as we go through these, what are you thinking about? Probably should have started with that at the beginning of the video, but I guess I really didn't care what you thought about the esports winners. All right, best community support, sponsored by Discord. Oh, okay. Recognize a game, outstanding community support, transparency, and responsiveness. Okay, so this is Baldur's Gate, Cyberpunk, Destiny, Final Fantasy XIV, No Man's Sky. Look, I love Final Fantasy XIV. It is the one MMO that I continue to play. Their community support is always, they talk with honesty and openness. Cyberpunk, I'm literally in the game. I love the devs so much. They're so honest and open about what they're doing, how they're trying to change stuff, and I love them to death. However, Baldur's Gate 3 came out this year, and there's absolutely nothing any of these games can do. I don't know if it's deserved. I haven't paid any attention to the community stuff going on with Baldur's Gate. However, it is definitely going to win. I know that the fandom is so passionate about it, and I know that all the dev teams and all the people, like the dev notes and stuff that come out, are amazing. And you know, when they had His Majesty and they changed him from being like a hairless cat to a furred cat, and the community was like, no, we love His Majesty with no hair, and then they changed him back. Things like that, I feel like are going to go a long way into making Baldur's Gate the winner. So congratulations again to Baldur's Gate. All right, next up, best ongoing. Apex Legends, Cyberpunk 2077, Final Fantasy XIV, Fortnite, Genshin Impact. Okay, Cyberpunk 2077, I guess it's there because of an expansion, but I don't know it qualifies as ongoing. I don't know that qualifies, and I feel like most fans will feel the same way. Apex Legends, I don't play it, don't know it, don't care it. Final Fantasy XIV, love it. If I had to vote, I would choose it, but here's the thing. Here's what I know. The winner will either be Fortnite or Genshin Impact. It's going to be the Ho-Yo-verse, what I call it, the Yo-Ho-verse, what I call it before, whatever it is, whatever verse it is. The Genshin Impact has a huge fan base, and I know they're going to show up and vote. That's a thing they do. But Fortnite is also very big. If Final Fantasy XIV wins, I'll be happy, but I fully expect the internet to explode and be like, what? So, yeah, probably Genshin I put my money on, but Fortnite winning is equally to be expected. Games for impact. For thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message. All right. Space for the Unbound. I have not played. I know nothing about that game. Chance of Sonar. Fascinating game. Fascinating game about language and uncovering. I like it a lot. Goodbye Volcano High. I think that is a great game, but I don't know that it is going to win here. Chia, I think, is a great game. I don't know that it's going to win here. Terra Nil. I love Terra Nil. It is a fantastic game. I don't know that's going to win here. Venba, I think, is an equally awesome game. Here's the thing. For what it is, I feel like I would say Chance of Sonar just because of how intricate and like awesome I think it is. But if it's games for impact, I would have to give it to Terra Nil. The way it shows environmentalism as a concept is super interesting, and it's also very fun. So I would pick Terra Nil. Innovation and accessibility. So I obviously I'm not in the world of accessibility in gaming, so I have no clue what these bring to it. But I will say, the other day I was playing Jusant, which is Don't Nod's newest game. Videos over on Cox Clips. And in that game, I was having trouble trying to read the text, and they had an option for, I think it was dyslexia, and I don't know if I have dyslexia, but the minute I turned that on, reading became so much easier. So shout out to accessibility in games. Diablo 4, Forza, Hi-Fi Rush, Spider-Man, Mortal Kombat 1, Street Fighter 6. Interesting that a lot of fighting games. I guess I haven't looked. I have both these games, and I haven't looked once at the accessibility options. Again, I have no idea. This seems like a category that I would leave it up to people who actually use them rather than the general public, but I don't know. I'm curious what you would decide on this. I have no experience in any of this, and I couldn't even make a judgment call. But I would say, yeah, let me know. Comments below. Okay, best performance. Awarded to an individual or voice-over acting, motion, and or performance capture. Okay, I love everyone here. Every single person here. I know personally, except for Idris Elba, but we can change that, Idris. We can change that. Call me, bud. We can be friends. Here's what I'll say. The one big takeaway from this is that Amelia, the voiceover for all the narration in Baldur's Gate, was robbed. The fact that she's not on this list is a snub, a legitimate snub. However, I think between everyone on here, the choice for best comes down to Ben Starr or Neil. He made an amazing character. Astarian's amazing, and the work he did behind the scenes to get everyone doing the motion capture, his work in Baldur's Gate is amazing. However, and if Neil wins, I'm totally well deserved. But Clive carries puts the game on his back, right? Astarian is a great supporting character, right? And the work that Neil did behind the scenes is awesome, right? Cameron is great in Star Wars. Idris, so much fun, right? Melanie, I love Saga. Yuri always brings his A game, but Ben Starr put it on his back. I have to give it to Ben. But honestly, if anyone won, it'd be well deserved. However, again, I must state, Amelia snubbed. Best audio design, recognizing the best in-game audio design. All right, for me, this is simple. The choice would either be between Dead Space or Alan Wake 2, and I think because Dead Space is a remake, I have to give it to Alan Wake 2. Also, the music, the way that they combine live action with game, with music, I have to give it to Alan Wake 2. I just have to. If Hi-Fi Rush won, I wouldn't be upset. Hi-Fi Rush is a whole experience, and that's fine. Resident Evil, nah. Spider-Man, nah. It's Alan Wake 2. This for me, this is 100% Alan Wake 2 category. Best score and music. Oh boy. For outstanding music, inclusive of... all right, okay, yeah, doesn't matter. This one, Zelda, bless. Hi-Fi Rush, your audio is amazing, but this one, for me, is either Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, or Final Fantasy 16. It's either going to go to Soken, because Soken's amazing, or it's going to go to, Borislav. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but my God, some of the music in Baldur's Gate 3 is, down by the river, that's permanently in my brain. The fact that every single episode of Alan Wake 2 ends with a song, and the songs are bangers every time, and they're original songs based off of poetry written by Sam Lake, and they're done so. I have to give it to Alan Wake 2. I don't think it's going to win, but I personally have to give it to Alan Wake 2. I feel like Soken deserves all the awards, and I would give him 1,000,000 awards. But again, I don't know if the category is focusing more on best score or best music. You know what I mean? It's all subjective. I feel like here's what's going to happen. Baldur's Gate's going to win. I think that Soken deserves awards, and I think that Alan Wake 2 should win, but again, this is Baldur's Gate. This is like when, y'all remember during the Academy Awards when, for the first couple of years, the Lord of the Rings movie didn't really win much, but then when Return of the King came out, they won everything? That's the vibe I'm getting for Baldur's Gate 3. It's just going to win everything. Best art direction. Okay. This one, I definitely think that Hi-Fi Rush, Alan Wake 2, and Lies of P deserve to be there. Legend of Zelda, I feel like the art direction's similar to the previous game's art direction. And Mario, it's Mario, and I love Mario, but Lies of P is super interesting. Do I think it's going to win? No. Hi-Fi Rush, I feel like that's the dark horse. It could win, and I'd be totally fine. I think the art direction is great in that, but if Alan Wake 2 wins, it should win, right? Like, it is so incredibly well done. The art direction of this game, the way that it's put together is brilliant. Like, it is brilliant. And if y'all don't want to acknowledge that, that's on you, but it's brilliant. And so I think Alan Wake 2 should win. Best narrative. Okay, this is one of those ones where, hey Marvel, hey Final Fantasy, hey Cyberpunk, hey Alan Wake 2, I'm so sorry you're not going to win. This is 100% Baldur's Gate 3. It's going to win. The narrative experience with Baldur's Gate 3, it may not be perfect, but the fact that you can play the game multiple times, I have 170 hours in across multiple campaigns. I still haven't beaten it. And I'm enjoying every second of when I play. It says a lot. It's going to win. It's just going to win. Best game direction. Awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. Yeah, Spider-Man, Super Mario, Legend of Zelda, they're not going to win. It's either going to be Baldur's Gate or Alan Wake 2. I think from a critical standpoint, Alan Wake 2, the direction, it is very apparent what the focus and direction and vision is of the director. Baldur's Gate 3, it's kind of all over the place at different times, and the story's kind of what you, the player, make it, versus like some director concocting this amazing thing. But I feel like Baldur's Gate's going to win. However, I would say Alan Wake 2, just because Alan Wake 2 is an incredible vision. Again, I cannot stress this. If you haven't played it or haven't seen any of it or you don't know anything, Alan Wake 2 is a masterpiece. That's not to say Baldur's Gate isn't. Baldur's Gate 3 is clearly the best game of the year. Like, it clearly is. Best game is going to be Baldur's Gate 3. It should. But the focus of Alan Wake 2 and what it's trying to do, it deserves this award. Game of the year. All right. Congratulations to all the runners-up. It's 100% Baldur's Gate 3. Baldur's Gate 3 is going to win. It has such a huge impact in a way that is unexpected. I was listening to the radio the other day, and it was like a news program, and everyone on the show had to have been 65 plus, and they had a conversation about Baldur's Gate 3, and like, well, when I get home from work, I like to turn on Baldur's Gate 3. Like, come on. The impact is amazing. It deserves to win. It should win. Those are all the awards. I cannot wait to see what kind of insane shilling happens at the award show, but at the same time, I'm very excited to see what trailers we get. If we get GTA 6 trailers, I have a feeling we'll get a teaser, because the award show is the 7th, and then the 25-year anniversary of Grand Theft Auto, I think is what it is the 10th. And I feel like what they would do is do a teaser during the award show to be like, hey, in 3 days' time, the trailer for I feel like they'd do that, but I'm fine either way. I am excited to see what else they have. I feel like we'll get another Hellblade. You don't want to know how long it took me to do that. Thank God for editing. I feel like we'll get a new Hellblade trailer of some sort, probably, or a teaser, because I'm very excited about that, and it's just really what I want. And then we'll probably get some other cool stuff for 2024. Yeah, I don't know, and that's what makes it exciting. I'll be honest, the awards part of the awards show is fine, but I'm always tuning in to see what kind of like wacky shenanigans they get up to, or what, Dev is going to swear the most. I am excited to see what they do. So hopefully you all watch with me. I'll probably live stream it and then probably upload a VOD. So if you missed the live stream, you can tune into the VOD. But that's it for me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all on the internet.